Welcome to the Cryptography Working Group, July 24th, 2025. Just kind of an update for the group. Um, I am, I really need to get the specification complete today. So that means porting all those changes that we've made over the last 6 months from the JSON schema over to XML and protobuf. I'm in the process of actually doing that. So I'm doing a diff between 1.7 and the 1.7 cryptography branch, which shows me exactly what we've changed over time. Um, and I've ran into a couple questions that maybe, and unfortunately, I can't share because my IDE is not opening properly. Um, but I kind of run into a couple questions, and these are likely for Basel, would be my guess. We've got a couple deprecated properties within certificate properties. Looks like my idea is starting up now. Wow, that was within certificate properties. We have signature algorithm ref and subject public key ref, both of which we deprecated in this version. And I remember we talked about why. We need to write it down in the documentation.
I think, from what I understood, it was we replaced it by a general construct, this related crypto references or something, which is just a unified way per property to reference other artifacts or other crypto components, make it cleaner and more, represents better the direct reference that we were talking about. And we don't have to kind of always add new properties if we want to reference other things. So we just have an array of references. And this is similar for each properties now. So I
Right.
think it's just
What is that? What is the name of that thing that we introduced though?
I think it's something along the related cryptographic references or assets, cryptographic assets, maybe. I have to check.
That under
Oh, related cryptographic assets.
Right.
Ah, okay. All right. All right. I see that. All right.
That should be an array of references with some metadata.
Okay. I'm like I said, I need to get this done. I need to get this ported over today. And I just know the kinds of checks that my fellow core members are going to make, and that's one of them. Deprecated. Should I use instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
So then okay, so, and again, I'm not sharing my screen, but let's see. This is going to be deprecated. It's a read-only view. Okay, deprecated. Use related cryptographic assets instead. That's really all I need to say. Okay. All right. Was there any other things that I ran into? Was there any other deprecated? Yeah. Certificate extension, we replaced with certificate file extension, right? That's what I thought, because it quite literally is the same. And I believe we did that so the name extension, because now it's kind of overloaded. Well, what kind of extension do you mean? That's the reason why, correct? Okay, that's what I thought. we deprecated algorithm. Let's see where are we in this algorithm ref?
I think that's the same reason. I think it should be in related crypto materials, algorithm ref, and I think we deprecated it with the same reason, this unified way.
Yeah. Okay. So that's also in there. Okay. 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 So algorithm ref is the same thing. So use related cryptographic assets instead. Okay. So I have that in the documentation now. And then we've got the crypto ref array. Same thing, right? Related
Same reason.
cryptographic assets.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. All right. I think that was all of the questions on deprecation. I believe it was. If I have any others, um, hopefully I don't, but I'll ping you guys as soon as possible. The other thing I had a question on.
Maybe just one thing on deprecated. There is also the curve. Curve, I think, is deprecated.
Yeah, I deprecated that. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I have that in place already. And I've also ported that to XML. I have not ported it to protobuf yet, but yeah, that's done. The other thing was the certificate states. Now, let me see where I can find it. Certificate state, which is an array, and you can use, so the items in the array can either be one of the predefined states, or it can be or it can be like just a named state. The predefined states, it appears we're using the same ones from the NIST document, I believe, right? My question is, this certificate state object, do we want to make this so that the keys themselves can either use one of these predefined states which already exist, or use a custom state? Or do we want to stick specifically with the NIST states?
You mean when I understood it correctly, so you want to generalize the specific state to not only be the NIST ones, just saying could be any predefined state?
No. So we're
Okay.
using the same, it appears, I haven't done a side, but it appears we're using the same enum, so pre-activation, active, suspended, deactivated, revoked, destroyed. It appears we're using those same states for both keys and certificates. My question is,
There's a difference. There should be a difference.
oh, is there? Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
pretty
glad I asked the
sure.
question.
Let me check. Right, certificate state. There, for example, the revoked is in, which is, I think, not part of the NIST one. That was a thing that Juan brought up, that this is something. And for the key, there should be destroyed or no, but the revoked should not be in the key set for keys, if I'm not mistaken. Check. Yeah, there's compromised. So that is basically the NIST wording.
I see that.
And there, I think there we also don't allow custom states. We just have
we don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we okay with that for 1.7?
I mean, yeah, for me it's fine. I think there was no suggestion to also add custom states or to generalize it. So
okay, all right. If we get some, just keep in mind if we get some requests for anything, especially now that we're having potentially workshops and all these other things, there's always an opportunity to change that in 2.0. Okay. And I think that was all of my questions on the schema. Basil, I'm trying to, or Nicholas for that matter, I'm, like I said, I'm trying to get this kind of ported over today, so that, it's all ready. I put a bow on it and get the 30-day community review period started. That lines up exactly with the next TC54 meeting, because the TC54 meeting is today. So if I get this done, wrapped up today, that 30-day window will be over in the August TC, and then we can vote on it. My question to the group is that would either of you like to come to the August ECMA TC54 meeting and present? IBM is obviously a member of ECMA. So would you like to present the schema changes that we've made to the group at the August TC meeting?
Yeah, I mean, from my view, we could definitely do that. Maybe Nicholas and me, we could share the update.
I mean, being honest, I'm not too eager to do that. If you want to do it, Basil, you can. If you also feel that so, then we can discuss and figure out. One of us can do that.
It's usually a small group of people, 10 people or less usually.
Okay.
So.
I don't know what your feelings about that is, Basil, but if you want to, I'm happy to say you can do that.
Well, I'll send you guys the invites. Okay.
Okay.
And you guys can kind of figure out like who does what.
Okay.
But it would be great to actually hear from an authoritative source rather than me on why we did some of the changes that we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a good opportunity also to kind of validate in front of them also what we are going to tell at the PKI consortium's conference.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, good point.
Practice run among friends.
Just yeah. So your plan is to get the 1.7 cryptography branch, right?
Yeah, so I need to wrap up that pull request, get all the prerequisites done. So the 30-day, in terms of our standardization process, that 30-day community review period can actually start. Now the community has had a really long time to look at our work as we are progressing, right? Because everything's in the open. But this is the official notification to the community that it is ready for a full review. And most of the time, these things just go by either unreviewed or people just, they don't have anything negative to say about it. Is generally what happens. But the 30-day window that timer needs to start today, so that I can get this ready for the August TC meeting for the formal vote. And that vote is basically the formal acceptance in terms of the ECMA standard, not the OWASP standard, the ECMA standard for 1.7. And obviously we don't want deviations between the OWASP and the ECMA standards, right? We don't want that.
Is there any chance there's this pull request, this 661, which would merge into the 1.7 cryptography, which has a few minor changes to the schema?
Okay.
Maybe it's a bit.
Looks like one of the tests are failing.
Yes, that's what but I'm not sure if it's related to the changes.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true because it's a Java
Trying
test,
to-
so therefore, right. Okay, it's
Trying
probably
to find the schema, the cryptography def schema, which I think is not. I mean, under
doesn't exist yet.
CycloneDX URL, which
Right.
does not exist. So, I mean, this one. I mean, this pull request. It has a few minor changes to the schema. Basically, there were a few issues with validation of the test. I mean, it comes with updated test cases. That's the main update, and adds a few corrections to the schema that arise when validating that. Yeah, namely.
I think we reviewed this last time, but there was a couple mistakes with it, right?
Yeah, and in the meanwhile, that's update.
I forgot you were going to work on this, so my diff becomes bigger. Okay. Thanks, Basil. All right. So we've got some pretty elementary changes here. Now, these were all new things anyway.
This is because of this one-off, so they kind of had colliding names. And these are additions. That was this was the list that Ian shared last week. I tried to add them. I mean, these are the protocols, basically. That's the only thing I think that needed to be added to the core schema.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, Ian, if you have some feedback here, or if that's...
Well, the only one while you actually have it open is, you see the EAP, aka protocol. It's line 5763. There was a definition of EAP, aka prime. I don't know if you noticed that when you were looking at it. There was two sort of protocols. One was EAP, aka, and one was EAP, aka prime. And I don't know if maybe in your sort of observations that you thought they were both the same. So it was probably right to just label them both EAP, aka. If I didn't know if you were actually trying to use the same name for both, but there was a clear distinction of the
exactly.
two.
I think I thought there were two entries of EAP, aka, or
yeah, no, there were actually. I know there was
noticed
just a hyphen after one, so it's prime. So that was the only thing that I noticed. Now, I didn't get any feedback from anyone else, but that was the only thing that I noticed there. do you want me to send on something just to sort of to indicate that for you?
Yeah, so you would like to have that added, right? EAP, aka prime.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
you have to.
What I would
edit
do is
string.
I can edit it in the in the document I sent you and maybe highlight it in yellow or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, hyphen.
So that's what we want.
Oh, it's actually AKA, and then it's it is, yeah, prime. Yeah, it's that's probably a
Okay,
better
so we're
way
gonna
of putting
have
it.
both, right? EAP, aka, and
Yes,
EAP, aka prime.
correct.
Okay.
Oh yes, now I'm seeing it. I didn't notice the prime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's the and there is a specification for that further down as well. It is a different specification as well.
And then the description for it is enhanced version of EAP, aka, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, maybe I can just add this now.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great.
And thank you very much, Basil, for doing that work. Appreciate it.
Welcome. And I mean, I think protocols are the only additions to the core schema, and otherwise I added
Yeah.
the algorithms like millinage and.
Yeah, there was just, I think you had did you had one a note that related to the standard, and there was actually a, I think what was there for the standard? Yeah, Milnage. Oh, okay, so it's only for the algorithms that you have the standards. Okay,
Yeah.
And
So this is external to the core spec.
right. Okay,
what I tried there is just skimmed the spec basically, and I mean what we do here in this list is kind of we try to split up the algorithms if it's belongs to different, like primitives or cryptographic functions. And
yeah, okay,
if I was correct, it's the millinage. One part of it is a MAC message authentication algorithm, and
yes,
the part is a
yeah,
key derivation function.
right,
Same thing for TUAC,
yeah,
then the
and Snow and
Snow 3G. There it's I think one part is a stream cipher and the other part is a MAC.
yeah, and then Zook, same, yeah, same Zook, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the entry that you had was XOR as well. So there I just thought maybe
Yes.
XOR itself is a bit ambiguous. So I just called it 3GPP XOR. Not sure, it was probably not really known under this name, but so we can kind of know in which context it occurs, right?
Okay. Is there anything else that you need from me for this?
I think if that's fine as it is for you, and I think it's
Okay.
from my side, that's okay then.
All right. So you're going to add these today, right? Okay. What else do we have? We've got.
These are new definitions for IKV2. So they're basically, I think it was a mistake in the schema. So the intention we had there was to be able to list as an array the encryption algorithms here, like ENCR, ENCR, but then we did not
I see.
define the types of the items basically. So we had this on the,
so
the
this is
red
the
here
definition of the object, not the array. I see. Okay.
Yeah, of the object within the array. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Items
So we
of the array.
screwed up there. All right.
or yeah, I
You
screwed up.
you caught that when you're doing your tests?
Yes, I tried to add an example for it and
Failed?
couldn't get it to work basically the way we
Yeah.
define.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that applies for all of the
Right,
PR,
right.
Intec, KE, auth. These are all parts of this
Oh.
IQ definition.
Yep. Okay.
And right, and these are the two additions. So there was a request on the PR if we could add something like that. So because for the IQ2 protocol, we have some specific information about it. And for TLS, what we could so far is just adding the cipher suite. And the cipher suite does not give any information about the, for example, the TLS group that is used. So it just says like ECDH, right? But it does not say anything about which elliptic curve is used. So this could be done there, and then the same thing with signature schemes.
Oh, I see.
So in my view, that's useful because yeah, TLS is.
So there's that. Here's the curve. Here's the that's fine. All right.
Yeah, and the examples here, it's just written the same way as in the TLS spec. I think,
Right. Yeah. Okay. And then there's that. Okay. All right. So I will leave this PR open and just kind of ping me once once those two things are added. And then I'll go ahead and then merge this in.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Basil. Okay. Brain is still rebooting. Was there, let's see, I think I have at this point, I think I have everything I need minus this one change. I think I have everything I need to make those ports to XSD and protobuf. I am so looking forward to 2.0, so I won't have to do that anymore. I love XML, by the way. I just don't like XML schema. I hate working with XML schema. So porting all this stuff over is just, it's painful. So all that's going away in 2.0. So it'll make things a lot easier. But for the time being, I think I have everything I need to get the community review out today. I will forward you the invite. Basil and Nicholas, I'll forward you guys the invite for the next TC 54 meeting. And yeah, just let me know, Basil, you know, once this PR is ready to be merged in, and I'll make it happen. All right, good. We've got 20 minutes left. Do we want to tackle something else, such as the guides, or do we want to discuss, is there anything else to discuss?
My only, I suppose, from a personal question, I just wonder, you know, the issue raised regarding the taxonomy for the artist. Just how long does that normally take, or does that just does it just get in a queue
Couple
and then
days.
kind of, I suppose, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's been there a week now, so I just wondered if
Oh, okay.
I just wondering what, like, you know, how long. It doesn't matter.
Oh, I saw the issue was created. I don't see a PR though. I
How
think
does
that's
that?
the.
Do I need to do something for it, or that was, I suppose, had I done it correct, or I suppose that was the question.
So let's see, GitHub, Cyclone. And then, what am I looking for? The taxonomy, right? Okay, so we've got, I believe, the issue that you opened, right? And I think we pretty much have all the information. We don't, yeah, there's no pull request yet to actually add it. Do we have everything we need?
Do I need to do a pull request then?
Ideally, yes. If you have trouble doing it, let me know and I can do it for you on your behalf.
Okay.
But yeah, basically it ends up as this. And you know, so you've got like the registered namespace, description, administered by, and then the link to the actual taxonomy where you're hosting it, right? We will eventually move to a machine readable way to do this so that tools, for example, could automatically discover namespaces, who administers them, and where they can actually get the definitions from. So we will be moving in that way. But for the time being, pretty much everything is you know, markdown or HTML or, you know, whatever. Like this K-bomb taxonomy, for example, they, you know, it's in their GitHub repo. So not much a machine can do with this, maybe AI, but you know, in terms of machine readability, it's really not there. But that's kind of where we're moving. But yeah, if you can make the pull request, that would be ideal. If not, let me know and I can get it done fairly quickly.
And I was going to set up a meeting. I'm trying to just lock the other two guys down there that I want to sort of help, that are going to be doing this taxonomy work. And if you remember, I was saying I'd try and set up a call with you, but they haven't responded back to me. Maybe they're on vacation. So I'll try and set that up maybe in the next week or two.
Okay. All right, so that's going to be the link to your taxonomy. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I think we have everything we need here. So, all right. Anything else we want to discuss?
Not what I just updated the PR with the entry.
I love real-time work. Phenomenal. So you've
Steve,
updated the
you was
PR.
talking earlier about kind of maybe helping out with some marketing. The fact that we're kind of at this, we're going down this path of trying to build this telecom kind of extension, taxonomy. Once we get that progressed, we're doing some PR ourselves around it to try and get more people involved. But I'm happy to share that with you guys, and if you want to do something that kind of collaborates on that, because I think it just helps to sort of show the value of obviously the work that you've been doing, and the value we think of using that as an extension. So I can let you know when we've done that PR. If you want to do a joint PR, that's okay. Maybe we're not advanced enough at the moment, but at some point certainly. The fact that you've put in those algorithms into the schema, I think is kind of a big step forward for us, really.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's talk offline on that. I think there's a
Yeah.
couple different angles that we can pursue with that. So yeah, absolutely.
Happy to help.
Also a quick question, Ian. Was the pointer to the GSMA successful, or did it make sense to you? Did that reach you at one point? I just forwarded it until no? Okay.
What was that?
So there is I think it's called GSMA, which is kind of a consortium.
Yeah. I know they've been doing some work on kind of like
okay.
But I don't know on CBOM. I don't know if they've been doing anything with the CBOM, but
Yeah. Yeah, they
So
do.
we've been,
That's why because you were so eager from the CBOM and telecommunication, I thought it would be good to point you and get you also into that, because I think it makes a lot of sense if I understood roughly what you're trying to do and what they are doing.
yeah.
But yeah, I kind of forwarded that internally because one person from IBM is actually coordinating and leading that to get you in
Okay.
there. So, but then if that makes sense to you, and if it didn't reach you yet, I will
No,
point
not
again.
yet.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But no, like we've been doing this work for a good while now to try and sort of make sense of it. That's as you know, I kind of joined you guys for a while back to try and sort of see how we could do this, and then kind of understanding where the gaps were, you know, specifically around, you know, the specific protocols and algorithms, specifically in 5G, you know, because it has these proprietary ones, and by having it in there, means that now we can start looking at the kind of the taxonomy aspects of it. You know, knowing that obviously we've got the protocols in there that we can actually attach to the taxonomy, so to speak. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure what they're looking at in GSMA, whether it's something different or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm also not into too much. I know I just share a link. This is Laurie. She's from IBM, and she's kind of the chair of the GSMA post-fundamental network task force. So, and she said to me that they are working on CBOM for their use cases. What exactly that is, I don't know. But eventually it will come back to us.
Well,
And
maybe
here
it's kind of the same work that we've been doing for a while, and we kind of mapped it all out. So, you know, maybe it'd be good to know that you know, we've done a lot of this already. We kind of, you know, we're kind
yeah,
of close to sort of like publishing it, I suppose.
yeah. I just thought from a higher level to coordinate that would be kind of good.
No problem.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
Sure.
So let's see, the PR has been merged. So thank you, Basil. So at this point, I think I have everything I need except time. So I need to make time here today. We've
Thanks
got 12. We've got 12 minutes left. Any topics that people want to discuss?
Maybe a quick question to you, Steve. Do you know now if not now, but do you know if there is now any other CBOM creation generation tools in the wild that we currently miss to see? Or is there, like, I mean, I understand there is a lot of demand, but from my roughly with the landscape I see, there's not much that actually supports currently this generation, except for some source code scanners. But yeah.
Right. The new CycloneDX Tool Center, which let me just kind of, well, here's the link. But the new CycloneDX Tool Center that we launched a couple of months ago has some advanced filtering capabilities on it now. So if you go filter and then you go to capabilities, you can check cryptography, for example. And these are the tools that we know of that support cryptography in some fashion. So probably not the comprehensive list yet, right? There is a lot of demand. I do know that Reversing Labs, they've been, and again, no affiliation with the vendor at all, but they've actually been trying to use as much of the CycloneDX specification as humanly possible, right? So SBOM, SASBOM, CBOM, right, MLBOM, they basically support it all, which is kind of interesting. I know ReArm, I believe, does as well to a lesser extent. NetRise, I know the folks over there. I just don't know how much of the of cryptography they actually support. They are primarily a Well, they do modern like cloud stuff now, but their primary way, their sweet spot of what they're really good at is firmware reverse engineering. And as part of that reversing, right, if they discover cryptographic assets, they capture them.
Okay.
What I'm not seeing is a lot of tools to consume CBOM, right, and
Yes.
actually present the inventory, analyze the CBOM for various forms of risk. That seems to be a huge gap. And
Yeah.
as you know, we're trying to support that with dependency track version 5, I think it is. And yeah. Also with regard to dependency track, unbeknownst to me, because I haven't been attending the CISA calls for SBOM in a really long time. The folks over at BSI in Germany, they did a presentation to the CISA SBOM community this week, actually on Monday. I think it was Monday. And about specifically changes that they've made to dependency track to support CSAF, which is an advisory format supported by
Nice.
Oracle, Red Hat, Microsoft,
So
etc.
Okay. So BSI is also involved in dependency track, not only from consuming but also contributing, or how should I understand that?
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that the dependency track as a platform is getting a lot of visibility. A lot of different folks are contributing to it.
Nice.
And one of the things that they kind of framed it as, which is kind of our new messaging as well, is more of a supply chain risk management type of platform. Software supply chain, right? It's not all supply chain, obviously. But yeah, so the sooner we get 5 released, the sooner we get the CBOM support in there, because that's obviously one big area that's missing here. So
yeah, I wasn't attending the latest community calls or maintainer calls, but do we know, because we stopped at one point to continue the development on the PR because we had other priorities.
Yeah.
But as I mentioned, like we got now some more hands to help. But do you know if there was any progress apart from the PR and the?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's in a yeah, I think the state is still where you left it.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I know that Nicholas is trying to get that released. I think he said October. So version 5. So it's going to be coming up. And one of the major drivers for that is time allocation, right? Going back and forth between 2 major releases is challenging, right? So 4.14, I believe, is the last version of dependency track 4, and then all new work is on 5. I think the only thing that we might do is security fixes for 4, but that's really it.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
So yeah, if you can get folks to contribute back to that, that would be great. One of the things that we're trying to figure out on the consumption side is, I mean, showing the inventory is elementary. Identifying risk is going to be a much harder conversation, as what is risky to one organization is going to be not to another.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe that's a good point, because a little bit what I mean from the PR we did, there's a lot of groundwork you have to do, like let dependency track first understand that the CBOM, so the new properties, which is not inherent to the thing what you want to do. It's just like something you have to do to build the actual features on top. Now with the resource we got, mostly researchers, maybe there's a way to split it in a way that we can support the intellectual property rather than the foundation of implementation, and help in that way. So like you pointed out, it's harder to, how will we do that with the risk? Maybe that's something we can contribute then also as functionality, but maybe then we can build on top of already the foundation that is there, which is a little bit harder to sell internally to do that.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, I think maybe the first step is actually just publishing what we think risk looks like for weak cryptographic ciphers, for you know, algorithms that are not post-quantum safe, right? Those types of things. Protocols, for example, that are known to be weak, etc. Because for the most part, every world government basically has their list. And we all kind of know why the things are on the list, but how do you formalize that in a way where if you import a C-bomb, something's going to trigger, right? Because the last thing we want to do is make every single organization create a policy that says, well, if I have, you know, the use of SHA-1, for example, I want to trigger a policy violation. There's plenty of uses for SHA-1 that don't need to be safe, right? So yeah, that's going to be a harder conversation. But maybe that's the first step, is just try to figure out, like, as a group, like what that means, instead of just contributing code back. There's intellectual property pieces.
No, I will take that definitely, and we'll throw it over the fence.
Okay. Very good. Let me know how I can help with that, or how Nicholas can help with that. He's obviously in your time zone, so okay, cool. All right, well, we are at time almost, so thank you so much. I appreciate the contributions. I will let you know when this is gone out for community review. I'll ping the Slack channel. But yeah, I'm trying to get this done hopefully before noon my time, so we'll see. All right,
good.
cheers.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.